A young woman walks down a dimly lit alley on her way home from college. She spots a well-dressed man struggling to carry books to his Volkswagen Beetle, his arm in a sling. Feeling sympathetic, she offers to help. The man thanks her politely, but as she places the books into the car, he strikes her with a tire iron. This seemingly vulnerable man was Ted Bundy, one of America's most infamous serial killers. Bundy's modus operandi relied on his charm, good looks, and disarming demeanor. By appearing harmless, posing with a fake injury, or as a polite professional, he lured his victims into a false sense of security. Many young women who crossed his path never returned. Despite the escalating number of disappearances, Bundy evaded capture for years. Witnesses occasionally reported seeing a man with a sling near victims, often driving a Volkswagen Beetle. In 1974, 22-year-old Brenda Carroll Ball was last seen with such a man. Shortly after, Susan Elaine Rancourt disappeared. 2 witnesses reported being approached by a man with his arm in a sling, asking for help loading books into his car. The pattern repeated with University of Washington student Jorgen Hawkins, who vanished in June 1974. Before her disappearance, she had spoken to a friend about her Spanish exam. Witnesses later recalled a man with a sling lurking in the area. Bundy would later confess to knocking Hawkins unconscious, strangling her, and returning multiple times to her body. Bundy's arrogance was his hallmark. He even revisited crime scenes, retrieving items like shoes and necklaces, sometimes while police were nearby. His confidence stemmed from his background. He had worked in politics and on crime prevention projects, writing about rape prevention while committing some of the most heinous crimes imaginable. His predation escalated. In broad daylight at Lake Sammamish State Park, Bundy approached several women, introducing himself as Ted and claiming he needed help unloading a sailboat from his car. Most declined, but 2 women were abducted and murdered that day. Witnesses described a man matching Bundy's appearance, driving a light brown Beetle. By then, Bundy's name surfaced among police tips, but investigators struggled to connect the dots. Though they released a sketch that resembled him, Bundy's clean-cut appearance and law school background deflected suspicion. He continued killing after moving to Utah in 1974, targeting young women and leaving behind a trail of gruesome crimes. Bundy's former girlfriend, Elizabeth Klopfer, contacted authorities, suspecting him after seeing the sketch and recognizing his car. Despite her tip, Bundy remained free. His ability to move between states complicated the investigation, as police departments lacked the interconnected databases we take for granted today. Bundy's luck ran out in August 1975, when a routine traffic stop in Utah revealed suspicious items in his car, including a crowbar, handcuffs, and an ice pick. Though arrested, authorities only charged him with kidnapping and attempted assault due to insufficient evidence linking him to the murders. While on bail, Bundy sold his Beetle, but investigators seized it and found hair strands matching victims. They placed him in a lineup where a surviving victim identified him. In 1976, he was convicted of kidnapping and sentenced to prison. Bundy, however, was far from finished. Representing himself in court granted him access to legal materials and freedom from handcuffs. During a library visit, he jumped from a second-story window and escaped, evading capture for 6 days. Recaptured, Bundy plotted another escape, this time successfully breaking out of jail in December 1977. Bundy fled to Florida, where his brutality escalated. In January 1978, he attacked 4 women at a Florida State University sorority house, killing 2. He then abducted and murdered a 12-year-old girl in Jacksonville. A few days later, he was stopped by police, attempted to flee, but was subdued and arrested. Even then, the officer didn't realize he had apprehended one of the nation's most wanted fugitives. Bundy eventually confessed to killing 30 women, though the true number may be higher. His confessions revealed his depravity, returning to bodies, applying makeup, and preserving remains to fulfill his twisted desires. On January 24, 1989, Ted Bundy was executed in the electric chair at age 42. His final words were, "I'd like you to give my love to my family and friends." While Bundy's crimes shocked the nation, his capture highlighted the importance of cross-state collaboration and technological advancements in solving crimes.